So this is the AWS login page. It's https aws.amazon.com, and this is the login link. Click on it. If you're already registered, sign in with your username and password. My username is my email ID and password. When I sign in, it takes me to AWS console, management console. Here it is. To go to EC2 dashboard, click on the services on top of the screen. You can see under compute, you can see EC2. Click on it. So, and on the EC2 dashboard, it shows the running instances, dedicated host volumes, key pairs, etc. So I'm not running any of the instances here, so the value shows 0 here. So in this example, I'll use the region North Virginia, zone US East 1. So we'll talk about the regions and AZ availability zones in a different video. In this example, I'm going to use this region. So in this region also, I'm not running any of the instances. So let's create an instance quickly. So you can scroll down to see this launch instance button. When you click on the arrow, it pops up with launch instance option. Just click on that button. The first step is choose an Amazon machine image, so also called as AMI. So these are all the list of images available for your EC2 instances. Amazon Linux, Amazon. So there are different versions: Red Hat, SUSE Linux, FreeTire. So for the beginner, I recommend you to use FreeTire eligible EC2 instance. Also, we can filter out FreeTire only by clicking on this checkbox. So you can see it will filter out only the FreeTire eligible instances. So in this example, I'm going to use Red Hat FreeTire. Select. So don't worry about all these settings. I'll cover this in a different video. So here I'm going to use T-Tire Micro FreeTire instance. Next, configure instant details. I'm not going to change anything here. I'm going to use all the default values. Network subnet. I'm going to keep all the default values here. Add storage. So by default, we'll have a root storage volume type, device dev SDA1 snapshot, and the size is 10 GB. Volume type SSD GP2, IOPS, throughput MB, and delete on termination. So friends, if you are preparing for AWS Solution Architect exam, so this is a possible question here. So when you, for the root volume, you can see the option delete on termination is by default is kept here, and encryption is by default not encrypted. So you have an option to choose an encryption type here. So default you can see here the encryption type, but I'm not going to encrypt here. I'm going to use the 10 GB default volume. If you want to add a new volume here, you can click on the button and EBS. it selects an EBS volume here. You can increase the size and use the appropriate volume you want for your additional volume. And notice that the additional volume you don't have this option enabled by default. So delete on termination. So in the exam you might get a question like a root volume delete on termination enabled or disabled, or additional volume the option delete on termination is enabled or disabled. So you know the answer now. So in this example I'm going to use the first root volume here. So it contains all the operating system files. Add next. I'll give the name YouTube demo. Next, configure security options. You have two options here. You can create a new security group or select an existing security group. So as a beginner, I would like to select an existing group. So I use the default one here, name type default one. You can see the inbound traffic, all traffic is enabled. Just review your settings. Red Hat Enterprise Linux 8, instance type T2 micro variable, virtual CPU 1, memory GB 1 GB, EBS type, instance type EBS, inbound traffic, all traffic. Choose an existing key pair. So this key pair is for the one I have used it already. So if you want to create a new one, just click on the drop box, create a new pair, YouTube. Then download this key pair and store it safely on your computer so that the file is downloaded here. You can see youtube.pm extension. Then launch your instance. So your instance are now launching. View your instances. So when you go back to your EC2 dashboard, so you can see the one you have created is initializing, instance state is pending. It takes hardly maybe few seconds to change the status to the running. EC2 dashboard, you can see now. Earlier it was running instances were 0, so now it shows running instances 1. We'll talk about elastic IPs in the next video, how to use it. Volume type, we are using one volume here, EBS volume, that is your root volume. GB, GP2. Key pair we have used or created one U2. Key pair security group we have used the default one. So the default one we have used it. So let me go back to the running instance and see the status has changed. Yes, the status has changed, guys. So your instance is running now. Just click on it and see the details. Beneath here you can see instance state running, instance type T2 micro, the private IP, VPS ID, subnet ID, so your Amazon machine image type, root device type. So that's it, guys. This is your first video on how to create your first EC2 instance. Hope you like the content. Please do subscribe and like the button to see such videos in future. Thank you.